Hey there, movie lovers! Welcome back to Yusuf Reacts, where we dive deep into the world of films. Today, we're revving up our engines and heading straight into the fiery action of Ghost Rider from 2007. Buckle up, because this ride is going to be wild. Released in 2007 and directed by Mark Steven Johnson, Ghost Rider stars Nicolas Cage as Johnny Blaze, a daredevil motorcycle stuntman who makes a pact with the devil and transforms into the hellish vigilante known as Ghost Rider. Alright, let's break down the plot for those who need a refresher or haven't seen the movie yet. Johnny Blaze, a young motorcycle stuntman, sells his soul to Mephistopheles, played by Fonda, to save his father from cancer. But, as these deals with the devil usually go, things don't end well. Years later, Johnny's soul is claimed and he becomes the Ghost Rider, the devil's bounty hunter, tasked with collecting the souls of the damned. With a flaming skull and a bike to match, Ghost Rider goes up against Blackheart, the devil's rebellious son, portrayed by Wes Bentley. Blackheart has his own agenda, to unleash hell on Earth. It's up to Ghost Rider to stop him and protect the innocent. Now, let's talk about some key highlights of this movie. The special effects in Ghost Rider were pretty impressive for the time. The transformation scenes, the fiery chains, and that iconic motorcycle, all of it brought the comic book character to life in a visually stunning way. Nicolas Cage, a well-known comic book fan, brought his unique flair to the role of Johnny Blaze. His performance, while divisive, definitely added a distinct flavor to the character. But not everyone was thrilled with the movie. Let's dive into the critical reception. Critics were mixed on Ghost Rider. While some praised the visual effects and Cage's enthusiastic performance, others felt the story was lacking and the tone inconsistent. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 26% rating, indicating generally unfavorable reviews. However, it did have its fans among general audiences, with a 48% audience score. So, what's our take on Ghost Rider? Despite its flaws, Ghost Rider is a fun, action-packed ride with a unique anti-hero. It's a great watch if you're into comic book adaptations and enjoy supernatural elements mixed with high-octane action. Before we wrap up, let's hit some trivia. Did you know that Nicolas Cage has a Ghost Rider tattoo, which had to be covered with makeup for the film? And Eva Mendes, who plays Roxanne Simpson, Johnny's love interest, did most of her stunts herself. When motorcycle rider Johnny Blaze sells his soul to the devil to save his father's life, he is transformed into the Ghost Rider, the devil's own bounty hunter, and is sent to hunt down sinners. When the motorcyclist Johnny Blaze finds that his father Barton Blaze has terminal cancer, he accepts a pact with Mephistopheles, giving his soul for the health of his beloved father. But the devil deceives him, and Barton dies in a motorcycle accident during an exhibition. Johnny leaves the carnival, his town, his friends, and his girlfriend Roxanne. Many years later, Johnny Blaze becomes a famous motorcyclist who risks his life in his shows, and he meets Roxanne again, now a television reporter. However, Mephistopheles proposes Johnny to release his contract if he becomes the Ghost Rider and defeat his evil son Blackheart, who wants to possess 1,000 evil souls and transform hell on Earth. This is the story of Johnny Blaze, who was only a teenage stunt biker when he sold his soul to the devil known as Mephistopheles. Many years later, Johnny is a world-renowned daredevil by day. But at night, he becomes the devil's legendary bounty hunter called the Ghost Rider. He is charged with finding evil souls on Earth and bringing them back to hell. But when a twist of fate brings Johnny's long-lost love Roxanne back into his life, Johnny realizes he just might have a second chance at happiness if he can beat the devil Blackheart and win back his soul. To do so, he'll have to defeat his nemesis and wayward son, Blackheart, whose plot to take over his father's realm will bring hell on Earth, unless Ghost Rider can stop him before it's too late. In 1986, the then innocent, 17-year-old motorcycle stuntman Johnny Blaze struck a bargain with the demon Mephistopheles to spare his father from certain death. 2 decades later, the past comes back to haunt Johnny, now a famous daredevil. When the evil entity returns bearing dark gifts in exchange for a favor to hunt down Mephisto's son, Blackheart, and if Blaze succeeds, he can have his precious soul back. As Johnny becomes the devil's feared left hand, riding a fiery motorcycle, the legendary spirit of vengeance emerges. Now, with his flesh consumed by hellfire, when around evil, all sinners will have to pay in blood. Is there an escape from the supernatural, leather-clad anti-hero from hell? The devil, Mephistopheles Peter Fonda, sends his bounty hunter of the damned, the Phantom Rider, to retrieve the contract of San Venganza for 1,000 corrupt souls. Every generation has a Phantom Rider, cursed to roam the earth, collecting on the devil's deals. Seeing that the contract would give Mephistopheles the power to bring hell to earth, the rider refuses to give him the contract and runs away, escaping the devil in the process. A century and a half later, Mephistopheles reaches out to 17-year-old stunt motorcycle rider Johnny Blaze Matt Long, offering to cure his father Barton's Brett Cullen cancer in exchange for Blaze's soul. Blaze had a crush on Roxanne, but his father didn't approve of their relationship, as he doesn't believe Roxanne will stand by Johnny if he ever ends up in a wheelchair. Soon, Roxanne is told to move away with her mother, as her father doesn't believe that Johnny is good enough for her. Johnny and Roxanne decide to elope. The next morning, Blaze awakes to discover that his father's cancer is cured. But his father is killed that same day in a motorcycle stunt in which he falls into the ring of fire he is jumping through. Blaze accuses Mephistopheles of causing his father's death, but Mephistopheles considers their contract to be fulfilled. Since Blaze's soul now belongs to Mephistopheles, no matter what he does, he cannot die. Mephistopheles promises to return the day he needs him. Till then he can have no friends, family or love. Due to Mephistopheles' threat, Johnny doesn't meet Roxanne and abandons her. Years later, Blaze Nicolas Cage has become a famous stunt rider. Blaze undertakes increasingly dangerous stunts and always emerges unscathed, despite being mortally hurt during some of his stunts. McDonnell Logue is a member of Johnny's stunt team. Just before a jump where he jumps over 6 Black Hawk helicopters standing next to each other with rotors running, Blaze meets his former childhood sweetheart Roxanne Simpson Eva Mendes, now a journalist. Blaze apologizes to Roxanne for abandoning her and convinces her he wishes to make amends, and she agrees to a dinner date. Meanwhile, Blackheart Wes Bentley, the demonic son of Mephistopheles, comes to Earth, along with 3 fallen angels, Gressel or Earth Lawrence Brules, Wallow or Water, and Abigail or Air. They are tasked to find the lost contract of San Venganza. Blackheart wants to use the contract to unleash hell on Earth. Mephistopheles cannot hurt Blackheart on Earth, and Blackheart says that it is his time to rule now. Mephistopheles promises to send the Ghost Rider to attack Blackheart. Ghost Rider has the power of hellfire. In response, Mephistopheles makes Blaze the new Ghost Rider, and offers him his soul back in return for defeating Blackheart. Blaze is driven straight to the train station on his first ride, where he transforms into the Ghost Rider and a fight with Blackheart and the fallen angels ensues. Ghost Rider kills Gressel and forces Blackheart to retreat. He then uses the penance stare, a power that causes mortals to feel all the pain they have caused others, searing their soul, on a street thug. The next day, he meets a man called the caretaker Sam Elliott, who seems to know all about the history of the Ghost Rider. He tells him everything that happened wasn't a dream and that it will happen again, especially when he is near evil. Due to Johnny turning into the Ghost Rider, he misses the date with Roxanne, who leaves dejected and feels that she has been abandoned yet again. Johnny leaves to find Roxanne, who was reporting the previous night's events on the news. At home, Johnny tries to control his firepower. Blaze finds Roxanne and reveals himself as the devil's bounty hunter. Unconvinced, she leaves in anger and disbelief. After a brief imprisonment for the murders Blackheart committed, Johnny kills the air angel Abigail Matthew Wilkinson and escapes from the police. Blaze goes to the caretaker for advice. The caretaker tells him of his predecessor, Carter Slade, a Texas Ranger who hid the contract of San Venganza. Blaze returns home to find that Blackheart has killed his friend MacDonald Loeb and already has taken Simpson captive, threatening to kill her if Blaze does not deliver the contract to him. Johnny tries to use the penance stare on Blackheart, but it proves ineffective as Blackheart has no soul. Blackheart then orders Johnny to bring the contract to him in San Venganza. Blaze returns to the caretaker and obtains the contract. The caretaker reveals that he is Carter Slade. Slade tells Blaze that he is more powerful than his predecessors, since he sold his soul for love as opposed to greed. The two leave for San Venganza. Slade then leads Johnny to San Venganza and gives him a lever-action shotgun. Before bidding him farewell and having finally shaken off the curse, fading into dust as he rides away. After killing one of the fallen angels, Wallow Daniel Frederickson, Blaze gives the contract to Blackheart. He quickly transforms into Ghost Rider in an effort to subdue Blackheart, but dawn comes and he is rendered powerless. Blackheart uses the contract to absorb the 1,000 souls into his body. He attempts to kill Blaze, but is distracted when Simpson uses Blaze's discarded shotgun to separate them. Johnny shoots Blackheart with the gun, holding it in the shadows to allow him to enhance it with his power. Keeping his own body in shadow, he transforms again and uses his penance stare to render Blackheart catatonic by burning all the corrupt souls within him. Mephistopheles appears and declares the contract is complete, offering to take back the curse of the Ghost Rider. Determined not to let anyone else make another deal, Johnny declines, declaring that he will use his power against the demon and against all harm that comes to the innocent. Infuriated, Mephistopheles vows to make Johnny pay and disappears with Blackheart's body. Roxanne tells Johnny that he has his second chance and kisses him. Johnny rides away on his motorcycle, preparing for his new life as the Ghost Rider. If you go into this movie hoping to see Academy Award caliber acting or a dramatic plot that's going to move you emotionally, then you're going to the wrong movie. However, if you're looking for a movie that's a lot of fun and is going to keep you entertained, then this is exactly what you're looking for. The visual effects in this movie are, simply put, amazing. Ghost Rider is just one of those movies that's cool to look at. As I said before, the acting sometimes falls a bit flat, but Nicolas Cage does exactly what's expected of him for the role. It's a bit kitsch and humorous at times, but this is a movie based on a comic book, so you have to expect that sort of thing. Sam Elliott and Peter Fonda provide the best acting in the movie, while Wes Bentley does a solid job as Blackheart, and Eva Mendes is just a very beautiful actress who fits in well as Roxanne. There are a lot of little gripes about this movie, if you look too hard and overthink it. But as a die-hard Ghost Rider fan, I didn't mind these things so much. It stayed relatively true to the original series, while borrowing elements from the 90s series to help make the movie more visually impressive, which I felt worked really well. I've been waiting for this movie since they started trying to make it over 8 years ago, and overall, I'd have to say I really enjoyed seeing my favorite comic book character finally make it onto the big screen. If you want to go see a movie where you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, then go see Ghost Rider without any worry of disappointment. That's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment with your thoughts on Ghost Rider, and hit that subscribe button for more movie reviews and fun facts. Thanks for watching Yusuf Reacts, and we'll see you in the next video.